Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Steve Herman, and I'm really happy that you're here. I'm really into mediumship education and mediumship training. And if you're interested in mediumship development, you've come to the right place. Whether you're completely new to this, you're a novice, maybe you've just gotten involved, or you're starting to develop your abilities, or maybe you've been doing this for years, for decades. Maybe you're even working professionally with it. Well, you've come to the right place. So please smack that subscribe button below. I'm really into the educational aspect of mediumship and helping others with their unfoldment. I'm the author of Mediumship Mastery, the Ultimate Guide, The Mechanics of Receiving Spirit Communication, and Mediumship Mastery 2, Advanced Techniques That Work. Both these books are available on Amazon. But when we talk about mediumship, there's so many different ways in which the spirits can communicate with us, and there's different types of information that can come through. We're going to be working today a little bit with evidential mediumship, and we're going to be discussing how to receive the geographical location that the spirit resided in when they were here in the physical world. Now, we all live in geographical locations, don't we? We live in the planet Earth, we live in a continent, we live in a country. There's regions usually within every country. There's certainly communities, whether they're larger cities or tiny villages, or even just someone lives out in the middle of nowhere. So what are some ways in which individuals who are training with mediumship can enhance that? Now, so often we talk about frame of reference, what's in your own mind, as being really conducive, extremely beneficial and constructive when it comes to your spirit team, with the individuals who work with you, in being able to take that information, to bring it up within your mind in order to convey various details that need to be communicated by the spirit communicators. So, of course, your knowledge, your understanding of geography is really going to be beneficial. I know when I was young, when I was a little kid, I used to love looking at atlases. I used to love looking at maps. So let's think about that for a moment. If you're to take different atlases or maps and look them over, maps of the world, right? Maps of the countries, maybe even, you live in the London region in the UK, and there's all these different sections of London. Even just go to West London, there's all these little different sections all divided up. Go to Los Angeles, it's the same way, or any larger area. But if you look at those different types of things, it goes into your mind, doesn't it, on an unconscious level. The spirits are able to bring up that information in a visual type of sense. Clairvoyantly, they'll be able to show you those maps. The other way, too, that can often happen is that if you associate within your own memory bank in your own life certain people, events, or places with different parts of the world, they can bring up those memories too. And then you'll know where the person is from, so to speak. There's a lot of different ways of doing this. Information about the former residence or location of the spirit coming through, it can be conveyed clairvoyantly. It can be conveyed, brought across with clairaudience or clairsentience or just claircognizance, the knowing, downloaded into your mind instantaneously. But what I want to suggest to you is get some maps. Start looking at atlases. Really put energy into this. Start looking at street signs. Start looking at the different names of different towns and different villages, even in places on the other side of the world. Now, you might think, why the heck would I want to do that? Let's say, you're really not that familiar with Italy at all, and you just start looking at a map of northern Italy. You've never been there before, but you look at it, and you look at the different regions, maybe a lot of the names you can't even pronounce, the mountains, and all these different types of names of different lakes, bodies of water. Now, what's going to happen? If you do that enough, that information about northern Italy is going to go into your head. And you have a woman who comes to you for a session, and you're working with her. Or maybe you're demonstrating mediumship from the platform at a spiritualist church. And it just so happens that there is a woman in the congregation sitting there, or maybe she comes to you for a private session, and she just happens to have people in the spirit world who have some type of connection with northern Italy. Maybe they're from the States. They fought there in the Second World War. Maybe they worked there. Maybe they were brought up there. Maybe her entire family is from that part of the world. I mean, you don't know that. We never want to make assumptions with anyone who comes to us for a session because we don't know the full picture, do we? That's why we don't ask questions. We just receive the information, give it out, say it as a statement, clear and direct. So if this is the case, all your spirit team has to do is bring that up about northern Italy. And depending on your ability to articulate, your propensity toward detail, they can give you very specific names, very specific details related to the person coming through from the spirit world. And sometimes, within itself, that bit of information with the geography of where the spirit resided, it's not necessarily going to be even evidential. If you say, hey, I've got someone who's from Italy, and everyone you're working with is from Italy. But you can go even further than that and even a lot deeper. We want to broaden what we're able to do with mediumship. We want to expand our vocabulary. So what I was suggesting, try that out, put some energy into it. You could go online, look at Google Maps, this type of thing. If you live in London, familiar yourself with the different sections, the different areas. The spirits, they can give you specific information, the street. They can give you the number of the house. All these types of things like this. They can give you the zip code or postal code. So these are just some ideas. We want to think about your training. We want to think about how can I expand? How can I be a better channel? How can the spirits express themselves more fully through me? And they can do a lot through us, but we have to do our part, don't we? And the more you do as a medium, the more energy you put into it, you're going to end up being the best possible vehicle for them to work through. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to ask below, and definitely, comment below as well. If you have your 2 cents, I'd like to hear it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and God bless you.